up here?
What's going on?
How you feeling after that victory, man?
Man, there's nothing that can compare to how I feel right now. I feel amazing.
So how did it feel being there with Kelvin, a guy who's coming back down to welterweight? Did he feel like any bigger in there? I mean, I know you had a lot of success in the grappling, obviously, but how did he feel in there physically?
No, honestly, didn't feel strong at all, and I think that showed in the fight. When I initially grabbed him, I was like, man, this is not what I was expecting. I trained super hard. Obviously, Kelvin's really good, but I trained with some pretty big boys, so I was getting ready for a heavy guy, and I just think I was just very well prepared, and even on the feet, everyone talked about how fast he was, and I seen everything he threw at me, and I never felt like I was ever even in danger in the fight, and I just felt great.
Yeah, was that the game plan coming in to kind of avoid those striking battles, or did you, take it wherever it goes?
Yeah, we had some hard scraps in the camp, so I knew if I had to get down, I was ready to, but I'm not in here to take unnecessary punishment, and if I can move out of the way, I'm going to move out of the way, so I feel like I did a pretty good job at that.
So after the win, you called out Garry. If he wins his next fight, why Ian?
Man, I'm just going to keep just the way he went about his whole thing with his team. He just rubs me the wrong way. He rubs the sport the wrong way. I'm a true professional in the sport, and I just don't like the way he walks around with the cameras and goes into the gym. He's getting kicked out of Leon Edwards' gym. He's just always talking shit about people, and it's whack. And I think he's whack, and I'll ragdoll him. So I think that's the easiest fight in the division. So if he can get through Luque, which I don't think he will, because Luque is an amazing fighter. I heard they're coming to Atlantic City in March, so we'll see.
What do you think about some of those antics that he did? He put Jeff Neal's mugshot on his T-shirt. Do you think you would have any sort of ammunition like that for you?
I had. So me and Joey Pfeiffer went to the Boston card when Sean O'Malley fought, and I had a shirt printed with an Ian Garry face on it, and I was going to wear it because he was fighting my boy Neil Magny, and I'm like, what if Neil beats him and I got this shirt on? I'm going to look like a fucking idiot. So I aborted the plan, but I was just going to give him a little taste of his own medicine, and that's just not who I am. So I kind of I put it on ice, but I have the shirt, and if he wants to get into it on social media, hey, it is what it is. But when we get into that cage, I'm going to do the same thing that I just did to Kelvin to him.
I know you're starting to, really get up there in the rankings, right? Only just one fight this year, so is that activity level something that you want, or do you want to have more fights every?
No, I want to be active. Like I said, I had some problems with injuries. So if I can stay healthy, I want to fight. Like I said, March, if they're coming to AC, that's literally an hour from my house. I defended belts, one belt in AC, so that would be ideal. But I want to be active. I'm 31. I feel like I'm 21. So if I can stay this healthy and stay present like I just did in that fight, let's run it up.
Where do you see yourself at the end of 2024? Are we talking about main events, title fights? What do you think?
Title contention, main events. Definitely a main event for sure. If they can give Joe Pfeiffer a main event, they can give me a main event. He's going to be pissed.
Sean over here. So one thing that really stuck out to me tonight was you were really dominant, just positionally above all. I was really impressed with that, and I want to know, what is your philosophy in those grappling sequences? Because I've talked to Laura Sanko about this a lot, about wrestling and jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And so I just want to know, what is your philosophy in those sequences?
I just feel like a lot of guys, when they're on the ground, they don't know where they're going. I have a roadmap. Me and my wrestling coach Cody Hammer always talk about. You might think you're going to one way, and I already know the direction. So you turn a certain way, I have an answer. You turn this way, I have an answer. So I have all these things just mapped out in my mind. And, I just think that guys get down there, especially MMA, has some of the worst jiu-jitsu ever. These guys suck at jiu-jitsu. They need to go back and just do basic jiu-jitsu classes, I love the sport, and me and my team, we just put in so much time of mixing striking, grappling, and jiu-jitsu, everything together, where some guys, they do one, they do other, but they don't put it together. And, we just put in the hours, and, I just have a nice little system in my head.
And you looked a lot more comfortable on the feet, too. So I know you mentioned in the post-fight that wasn't the best version of you in the last time we saw you.
Yeah.
Was a lot of that on the striking? Was that a big part of that? Or what in particular was kind of setting you back a little bit?
Just mentally. I've always, physically, everyone always says it, but in the gym, I give a lot of people a hard time in the gym, and if I fight the way I fight in the gym, in the cage, no one's ever going to be able to beat me. And my coaches have said that forever. But sometimes it was just mentally for me. And Abu Dhabi, that's what it was. A round didn't go the way I thought it was going to. Things weren't playing out. And I guess I quit on myself, I was struggling, and I just didn't have the mentality to get back into it, but I put in a lot of work on my mental, and my mental game's strong, my physical game's strong, and I feel the best I've ever felt.
Obviously, you never want to lose, but do you think that was sort of a blessing in disguise for you?
Yeah, 100%. I used to hear guys say when you lose, it's the best thing that ever happened to you, and I never lost at that point. I'm just saying you're only saying that shit because you lost, But literally the second I lost, my coaches, my wife, everyone knew that was going to be the best thing that ever happened to me. I started training completely different. I got out of my comfort zone, flew people in to really push me in the gym, and I just changed the entire way I looked at a lot of things.
And my last one, I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, brother.
You came out tonight to "They Don't Love You No More" by Khaled, Meek, all that.
Yeah.
How poetic of a song was that to come out to?
It's funny. I've been coming out to that song my entire career. And after I lost, I was talking to my I have two mental coaches, Brian Kane and Brandon Epstein, and I was talking to Brian, and I was like, do you think I should still come out to the same song or change it because I lost? He was like, fuck that. The song don't mean anything. So I was like, all right, I'm going to keep the song, and it was a perfect song for that. These guys were booing me. My coach was like, they're only booing you because you're mauling their boy. So I heard they started a fuck you chant right before I Kimura'd them, so sucks to suck.
I can't confirm nor deny.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, let's go.